Hi, my name is Jessie Reyez, and you are listening to Main Pod Girl.
Hey, welcome to Main Pod Girl, a podcast made by Popheads for Popheads. Every episode, we'll be diving into all kinds of pop culture topics with some of our favorite artists and music commentators. I'm your host, AJ Marks, and I'm so excited to introduce today's special guest. She's a Grammy-nominated singer and songwriter with 4 Juno Awards to her name. You may know her from her own music, or you may recognize her as a feature on songs by Eminem, Louis Capaldi, or B. Miller. You also may know her for writing smash hits with Calvin Harris, like One Kiss with Dua Lipa or Promises with Sam Smith, each of which have racked up billions of streams. She's also opened up for Billie Eilish and been featured in a Beyonce visual album, and her new album, Paid in Memories, just came out last week. It's Jessie Reyez. How are we doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good. What was the first song for the project, and what was like the final piece of the puzzle and made it an album for you?
I think the first song, chronologically, is Begging for Love.
Did you know it was the start of an album at that point?
No, I just know I loved it.
I
loved it. And the last song was either Palo Santo or New York Baby. One of those two.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I love New York Baby. Certified banger, saucy anthem. And as a self-proclaimed bodega baddie and a New York baby, what's your go-to order?
Honestly, these days, if I'm in a rush, because sometimes I don't even have time to eat, I'll literally just grab like a protein bar, a bottle of water, and hit the ground running.
Nice.
Like, that's what it's been. Yeah, sorry, I don't have the egg and cheese fucking packaged answer for you, but I'm going to be honest, it's a protein bar and water bottle.
That's valid too. How do you feel about bodega cats?
I'm allergic to cats.
Oh, no. Wait, really? That's so sad. All of them?
It is so sad. It is really sad. However, I was also allergic to dogs, and now I'm taking allergy shots and like immune drops so I can get over it. And it seems like my allergies are way better, so hopefully cats are next on the line. Because I like them. I think they're so sweet. I especially love, and people hate on them, but I love the hairless cats. I think they're so fucking cute.
They're so cute.
They're so cute, and it makes me love them more that people hate them, to be honest. Like, I just want to cuddle them even more.
Yeah.
So all that to say, I cannot wait until I'm done this section of the therapy so I can get over cats too.
I love that.
Yeah, they're cute. They're fucking cute. They follow me. I mean, I can't even help petting them because I love them still. So I'll pet them and then I'll try to find the nearest bathroom so I can wash my hands and not break out into hives.
Oh boy, yeah. I was going to say, I have my cats on my shirt right now.
Cute.
This is Olivia, and that's Benji. Oh, it's so hard because the thing's mirrored.
Olivia and who?
Benji.
Benji.
Yeah, my little twin.
Are they named after people?
No, although my best friend's name is Liv, so she definitely thought that I named my cat after her. It was just the first name that popped into my head, so I'm like, you know what? Sure, we'll go with that. So hypothetically, if it didn't stand for New York Baby, what else would NYB stand for?
Not a youthful bad bitch.
Not a youthful bad bitch?
No.
I love that. You could also be not your bitch. I feel like you could come up with like a whole bunch of things that it could stand for, but I like New York Baby a lot.
I like not your bitch. That's good.
Not your bitch. And let's get into the album title. I'd love to know a little bit more about why it's called Paid in Memories.
It's a nice little condensed way to just remind yourself that no matter how much money you have, how much fucking gold you've been able to accumulate, if you get to the top of the mountain and your soul is shit, you don't even have anything to be able to enjoy whatever you got. And that if you die and you're paid in everything else, but you're not paid in memory, your life is kind of worth shit.
The cover has a little bio about you, but some pieces are crossed out. Will we ever get to find out what they say? Okay. No? Oh, she's keeping a secret. Okay. I wasn't sure if like the deluxe was going to be like the full thing. I was going to say before Love Came to Kill Us, that like deluxe, the plus, looks like a movie poster. Like, I love that whole, like even before you get into the videos and anything like that, like it you can tell that it's a start to finish movie.
Yes.
When you have that vision. But yeah, so going to songs that you wrote for other people, there was a song you did with Sam Smith, I'm Not Here to Make Friends, which
Yeah.
has a little talking intro first of RuPaul and then of you. Could you share a little about like behind the scenes of like how that was thrown into the track? Like, was this genuine audio from something else that happened to fit the song, or was this like recorded in the booth?
I wish I could fucking remember. I don't remember what was added first, but I remember having a fucking blast making it. I remember having a blast making it. I think we were in LA. We were either in LA or Jamaica, but man, I can't even tell you. You know what's crazy? You ever hear that saying of like, people don't remember faces, they don't remember what you said, but they remember how they made you feel? I remember
Yeah.
the feeling associated with that song, and I just remember having a fucking good time making it.
Yeah, you know what? I fully agree with you because I feel like when I'm making songs, I remember the ones that are really difficult and I remember the ones that are really easy. Like where I'm like, oh, that just kind of like came out and it was its own thing. For that song, it makes sense that maybe like it was just kind of washed over you. Is that kind of the experience with a lot of the stuff you do with Calvin? I mean, the Funk Wave Bounce projects are amazing, and that's how I was introduced to you. And then the songs like Promises and stuff. Is it always kind of like similar to that feeling?
It's always fluid for me, but the level of collaboration with the producer is contingent on on the strength of the relationship I have with them. So, for example, because it's so fluid to me, I often trust my discernment musically wholeheartedly, and I trust it more than I would trust most people on what my experience has been. You know what I mean? But there are a few producers that I've been lucky enough to work with that I just trust. So it's a different experience because in my fluidity will come out and they'll be like, okay, cool. And as opposed to the song being done, there'll be more structural alteration suggestions that will wholeheartedly explore, and I'll just have more trust in their opinion. And Calvin is one of those people that I'm like, his level of fucking musical genius is different, and I trust him. I trust him as a creative. So the process is a little bit different in that regard. It's still very fluid, but the chiseling and the edits and the massaging and the kneading of the dough is much more collaborative in those situations. They might be minor, but they end up being like gargantuan in retrospect when you realize what the song was, for example. And because usually I'll have the song done and then I'll go into the booth and then I'll come out. And then one of his changes that was really effective was I think my memory's a little bit shot, but I think it used to be something in you, like it was held. And he heard it, and I remember him being like, "That's gonna sound cooler if it's staccato." And I was like, "What? What are you talking about?" He's like, "Just try it. Let's try it." And then it became something in you, ooh, ooh. And it's minor, but that rhythmic adjustment itches the brain in a different way. And it's one of those things that you have to be a fucking sculptor for 20 years and have gotten your fucking stripes enough to know that you have to take the tip of your chisel and like knock off a millimeter, and that's gonna make the sculpture a masterpiece. It's one of those kind of situations where I'm like, well, I'm lucky enough to be working with legends that have that sort of vision and that sort of conviction in what they're feeling, where it rivals my conviction, and I can trust their discernment just as much as I trust mine musically.
Yeah. And on the flip side, you happen to, be his secret weapon in that way too. So I think that's like so cool. And it's kind of like having like a hairdresser you trust, right? It's like hair is
Exactly.
so important.
Exactly.
And it's like, you're not going to give them a big task if you don't trust them. But if they kind of impress you, you're like, oh, okay, actually, maybe we'll die. Maybe we'll,
Trust is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing when you find it and it's real and it's not forced. God.
Are there any songs that you did with him that didn't end up on the Funk Wave Bounces?
Many, many. But because my process is like I'm just always making. So we have a ton of songs that are not released.
Yeah, that makes sense. Are there any down the pipeline?
God willing.
Okay, all right. Going back to your music for a second, and especially in contrast to Paid in Memories, right? And we already touched on this earlier. Your early mixtapes seem to embody like a whole different kind of like mood and a sound. What changed in your world and your personal life that you think may have lent its hand to that shift?
I've just made healthier decisions Went to therapy, meditate more, pray more. I'm sober now. I have better boundaries with myself and with people, and I've made happiness a priority in my life. Whereas before, especially prior to the pandemic, it wasn't something that I took into consideration. I'm a hustler at heart. I've had a front row seat to my immigrant family fucking busting their ass in a whole new country. So I feel like that definitely gave me the work ethic that I have, but which is a beautiful thing. But I got engulfed in that to the point that I forgot that happiness is also a factor you have to consider to have a good quality of life, as opposed to just being successful. So then I started taking happiness into account more during the pandemic, and I think that's affected me. I think that's given me a lot of growth. But also, that being said, I think I mentioned it earlier. I've made a conscious choice to willingly grow into a progressive version of my perceived public identity, but it's not that hard of a shift for me because I've always written songs that cover the whole spectrum of human emotion. I've always written happier songs as much as I've written sad songs. Actually, not as much. I've written sad songs more, to be honest. But my point is, I've always written happy songs too, but I just never put them out, and I just wouldn't. I wouldn't really put them out that much, or I'd often give them to others. So for me, this next chapter and the way it's been evolving isn't really an intense shift because I've seen the mirror the whole time, but people have only been privy to the window, you know? So I could see why it would be different for someone else, but it's just something I've always done. I'm just making it more public.
I love that phrase. I've been privy to them. Did you just make that up? Wait, oh shit. Okay. I like that. That's a song lyric right there. Yeah, well, the joy is palpable, right? The joy and the growth and the reflection that does show through now, which is amazing. And, talking about joy, there was a song you wrote for Lalisa, Moonlit Floor. That bass is just lethal.
Marquis is crazy.
Was there any sort of inspiration for the bass, or was it just like, let's groove it out, see what happens?
Marquis is a great producer. Great, great, great producer. It just felt good, man. It felt good. I love being in the room when I can trust somebody. He's amazing at what he does. It was inspired by my ex. And I'm happy that it found a home. I'm happy that the song found a home.
When you're making a song that interpolates another song, I guess your song Blessings is another example. Are you super careful with how much of the original to incorporate and how much to rewrite? Or is it more just like whatever sounds good? Like, is there some sort of meta conversation with yourself when you write these?
With myself or with the producer, but like sometimes transparently, if you're gonna do it on the business side, it means you're giving up a lot of publishing. You're potentially giving up a lot of publishing, and if you're gonna give up publishing, and if there's a hack to making a song permeate, because the hack is using something that's been proven, right? So if we're gonna use an ingredient that's been proven in our music, and we're gonna give up some pub, why would we only do it softly? Why wouldn't we interpolate it in a significant way where we know our intention of reaching into the brain of someone else's familiarity is going to be successful? So, yeah, why wouldn't we do that? So I say all that to say, no, it's not so much careful as opposed to deliberate. It's a very deliberate choice if we're doing it.
Yeah, interesting. So now we have a game for you. It's called Who You Gonna Call? So, Jessie, I'm going to put you in 3 hypothetical scenarios.
Okay.
Where you're going to end up calling one of 3 people to help you out. Are
Cool.
you ready?
Yeah.
All right. So the first scenario, you go on Judge Judy because you're in an argument with your landlord and you need someone convincing to be your defense attorney. You have the selection of 3 of your frequent collaborators. Who are you going to call to be your defense attorney? Will it be Sam Smith, Calvin Harris, or Eminem?
Sam Smith, Calvin Harris, or Eminem?
Yeah. Calvin. All right.
Yeah. I would call. Okay. I would. I think would just like that their defense for me would be so intricate and so rhyme induced that he'd run circles around people. Sam, I think, would be great, but Sam is such a charmer that they'd make everybody end up falling in love, and it would turn into a party somehow. But I think Calvin will go to bat for me the most.
Love that. Love that. Next scenario, you need a travel buddy to go on a getaway vacation somewhere in Europe. First of all, where are you headed to? Like, what's still on the bucket list? Let's set the scene.
Switzerland. It's not still on the bucket list. I just love it there. Switzerland.
Love that. Okay, so Switzerland. You need a travel buddy. Which of the featured artists on your most recent album are you choosing to join you? Who are you going to call? Will it be Ari Lennox, Big Sean, or Lil Wayne?
Ari.
I love that. I love that song, Ari, too, that y'all have together.
She's great. I love her. She's a good time. I think we'd have a fucking blast.
I can see y'all getting up, doing some, like, karaoke to your own song, performing that in, like, a little bar in Switzerland. Just wine drunk. You're sober. So
yeah, it's okay. I'd be drunk. I'd be, like, drunk on life. Life drunk.
Ginger beer drunk. Okay, last one. You're playing dodgeball and you're choosing the next person to add to your team. The 3 people left to choose, and they're all artists that you've written for. They are Dua Lipa, Karol G, Machine Gun Kelly. Who's going to be on your dodgeball team?
Dua, man. Have you seen her Instagram? She's been on her yoga shit. She's a girl that's healthy as hell.
True.
Yeah,
that's
do
true. And if she's already in the room, great.
Do it, because she's in her house kick right now. Or she's always on a house kick, but she looks very capable.
Perfect, yeah. All right, I love that. She's going to get physical. The next game is Song Interrogation. And I promise it's not nearly as scary as it sounds. Okay. Going from your discography, I'm going to use some of the song titles as jumping off points for some silly rapid-fire questions. Are you ready? Okay. Let's start off with, you have a song called Toronto Shordie. What's the number one place you recommend a tourist visits in Toronto?
The Wheat Chief on King and Bathurst. Fuck, I miss those wings. They have the best chicken wings I've ever had in my life. Hot and honey garlic. Oh my God. I love that place. The Wheat Chief. King and Bathurst.
Okay. You have a song called Ride-In. What is your dream vehicle? And if it's not a car, it would be as well as a car. You don't have to drive this around everywhere.
What's fast as fuck? A black Porsche might be lit.
Black Porsche. Yeah. All right. Perfect. The next one, you have a song called Been About a Year. What's something that you enjoy that you are confident you haven't done in the past year?
Something I enjoy that I'm confident I haven't done in the past year? Skydiving.
You've skydived?
Yeah, I've been like twice. I love it.
So
I gotta go again.
What is, like, from how far up?
Fuck, I can't remember. High as shit.
High as shit. And where do you skydive into?
So in Florida, it was like an area called Hollandale, I think. And there's like a bunch of farms. And then in Hawaii, it was over the ocean. That shit was fucking beautiful. Jumped out of the plane over the ocean. And then the guy kind of, because it's tandem, he has to like, guide us back to land on shore.
Okay. Wait, I kind of like the tandem one because my fear is always that I'm going to fuck up and not do the parachute or something.
Like, so not equipped. Yeah, the tandem one is nice. You're not allowed to jump solo. You have to do like, I want to say something like 25 jumps or 50 jumps in tandem to get your solo jump cert.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Now I want to skydive.
So fun.
I hope my parents don't listen to this because they would hate to know that. So you have a song called Blue Ribbon. What's something random that you feel like you deserve a blue ribbon for?
Something random that I feel like I deserve a blue ribbon for?
Yeah. Like, what are you really good at? You're like, I deserve a blue ribbon for this. I'm so good at it.
Writing songs?
Writing songs. There you go. Well, you already have a couple. You already probably have a couple of ribbons for those.
Sorry, I guess you want an answer that's not common. For how well I can make kids warm up to me. How well and fast.
That's really cute.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that.
My mom's a baby whisperer, and it's kind of in me too.
They see your energy and they're like immediate trust.
Yeah, yeah. They want to play right away. It's cute.
Oh, that's adorable. I love kids. All right, last one. You have a song called Nights We'll Never Have. What's something else that you've accepted that you'll never have?
Wow, what a question.
I know. Well, I had to save that for last because I was like, that's kind of heavy.
I don't think I'll ever have a love for like hosting.
Hosting? Like hosting
Yeah,
parties? Or like even having
Yeah.
people over?
Yeah.
You prefer to go to other people or just no big social interactions at all?
I'm not mad at going to other people as long as I have my car. As long as I drove myself there so I can control when I leave. Like if I'm
Yeah.
going somewhere, I love driving my fucking self. I'm not mad at having like a couple people over, but I just don't. I like my space is so sacred. Like, you know, those kind of people that just always have people over at their house? Couldn't be
No.
me.
Couldn't be me.
Couldn't be me.
That's another song title. There you go. Well, perfect. Awesome. That's amazing. That was
Thanks.
our show. And thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, AJ. Appreciate it. Good luck skydiving.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Jessie, for joining me, and thank you to Noah for the theme music. Thank you to Chris for editing this episode. Make sure to rate and review us on whatever podcast platform you're listening to us on right now, and see you in the next one.